Dominic, Paul Heyman's back. CM Punk is aligned with Roman Reigns, two of the biggest modern-day Paul Heyman guys. What if at War Games we see the return of the 1 in 24 and 1, Brock Lesnar, leading to what I imagine being a Paul Heyman on the pole triple threat.
I love the idea of him going with Punk. I love the idea of him going with Roman. I love the idea of him going with Solo as well. I think there's something there as well. I just don't want to see Brock Lesnar on my screen, even without the legality issues, which we will not get into. I don't think the company needs him.
I guess you also have to look at the fact that in the middle of the New Day promo, they literally called out the fact that Kofi Kingston lost to Brock Lesnar in 6 seconds.
But just because he's mentioned doesn't mean I want him back, bro.
It definitely seems like it is still completely open to happen. Like, I am expecting to see Brock Lesnar at War Games. Like, if you don't bring him back now, what do you do? Bring him back at the Royal Rumble and then have him win again?
I wouldn't have him win that. If you're going to bring him back in the Rumble and have him be eliminated by Gunther, and then that's the match.
But if we're getting into that, I feel like that's going to happen, but with Goldberg. I think that's going to set up the Goldberg-Gunther match. Goldberg's retirement match.
He comes out number 30. We've never seen a Goldberg-John Cena stare down.
Give it about 15 years, they'll both be in the retirement home.
You're next.
You can't see me. You're right, I need my cheaters.
But Brock Lesnar pushed to one side, as I hope he continues to be. CM Punk is the 5th man.
He is.
What do you think this leads to?
What has already came out of it is a sick-ass GTS spear combination with, like, perfect timing.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful.
I guess it's more so because I see everywhere they could go with the story. The Shield debuted at, was it Survivor Series or TLC? I don't remember.
I think it was Survivor Series.
At the time, wasn't he a Paul Heyman guy as well?
Mm-hmm. Like, that brings even more, like, intrigue to the idea of Seth showing up because of that whole Survivor Series connection.
But then it's a matter of, well, he's got this thing with Bronson Reed going as well, who's on the other side. Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, tag team, take out both Bronson Reed and CM Punk.
No. A Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar tag team is such 2K15 horse shit right there.
Yeah.
My hypothesis, using the thesaurus today, that all up, but it's fine, we'll deal with it. My hypothesis is Seth shows up after the match, and he tries to, like, steal the spotlight Punk stole from him last year. I think it's more likely that The Rock is going to show up. I think The Rock needs to kind of show up soon. Just because why do you have the bad blood thing if he's not going to do anything?
He comes down, does his whole shtick, and then he goes after Roman. And then the whole Solo stuff, that was all him.
Like, he comes out, and then he's like, you! And, like, Solo Sikoa hits him with the big boot leg drop. And then it's like, they stand next to each other. Rock, Solo, and the Bloodline. And maybe Heyman. Oh shit, I just came up with another idea. The big twist.
That's my finisher.
In bed. Heyman is pretending to be with Punk and Roman. And he joins the Bloodline. And he says, you know who my newest Heyman guy really is? The guy who I knew should be added to this Bloodline. The 5th man, Bronson Reed. And Bronson is now a Heyman guy. It's an idea I just coming off my head.
Bronson Reed being Paul Heyman guy is just a natural fit.
Bronson Reed feels like he would have been ECW World Champion.
And honestly, with this new Netflix deal, imagine a revived ECW on Netflix. With Bronson Reed being like the top guy, and then CM Punk being there as like the ring veteran.
ECW with old favorites like Justin Incredible, Tommy Dreamer,
Mikey Whipwreck.
Bring back Steve Austin. He can still go.
No, he's still doing like the Hollywood blonde shit, even though he's bald and hasn't done that gimmick in like 30 years.
I had the biggest moment in my career in ECW. Now I'm gonna retire in ECW. Give me your help.